Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Land Development Team's Symposium presentation. I am Jonathan Robinson, the Student Project Manager for the Land Development Team. My fellow team members are Jake Holderman, Isaac Albright, Matt Burlew, and Jake Finkbeiner. They will introduce themselves later in the presentation. Here is a quick agenda to give you an idea of what we will be covering today. First, I will give you the background and goals for the Land Development Team. Next, Isaac will discuss the recreational facility grading and drainage scheme. Then, Jake and Matt will discuss the pavilion and basketball court design. Lastly, I will wrap us up with a few closing remarks. To fully understand who we are as a land development team, you must understand first who we are partnered with. The Land Development Team is partnered with Living Love Ministries. They are a Christ-centered family home established to address the multifaceted needs of orphan children in Kenya. Their slogan is pouring out God's love on vulnerable children. Living Love was officially opened in 2010 by Solomon Wongi, who is the director of Living Love, and Living Love is located in Okalau, Kenya. Currently at Living Love, the children's home serves over 30 kids. These children are in between the ages of 5 to 14 years old. These children love to play their sports, including soccer, basketball, and volleyball. However, their sporting areas are confined to very tight spaces, so Living Love wants to provide their children with additional space for their children to play these sports, and they also want to provide an area where they're able to bring the surrounding community together, to fellowship and spread the love of Christ. That is where the Land Development Team comes into play. The Land Development Team's goal this year was to develop a recreational facility for Living Love that will include a soccer field, basketball court, volleyball court, pavilion, and even a restroom facility. To complete this goal, the team first had to create a grading and drainage scheme for the new site.
Hello, I'm Isaac Albright, an IPC member of the Land Development Team. As JJ said, we created a grading and drainage plan for the recreational facility. The area that we decided upon was given to us by our client because it's not being used right now, but also because it's relatively flat, so we could save money on earthwork costs. So to complete this summer, we sent down a team to Okalau, Kenya, and they took survey data on the proposed facility location. Once the team returned, the data was put into a computer program called Civil 3D. From there, the team calculated cut and fill requirements for the soccer field, basketball court, volleyball court, and pavilion. You can see the location of these fields here in this picture. However, with this new proposed earthwork, new drainage problems could arise. There's a possibility that rainwater from higher elevations could drain to the fields, oversaturating them, creating puddles and all kinds of problems. So to prevent this from happening, the team introduced drainage swales around the footprint of the fields. The swales are vegetated valleys about 6 inches deep that convey water away from the fields to prevent flooding. Introducing swales will prevent erosion of the fields and is very effective in facilitating infiltration because it conveys the water in a slow, shallow manner. Here's a closer look at the drainage plan for the soccer field. As you can see, the south end of the soccer field is at a higher elevation, so the swales slope to east and west from the center to convey water downhill. These are notated by the blue lines. Additionally, the soccer field itself is graded with a 1% slope from the center to each corner to facilitate drainage. This is shown with the red lines. Here's the pavilion area. The pavilion area has swales at the southwest corner of its footprint, running north and west to convey water along the natural topography.
Hello, my name is Jacob Holderman. I am a senior IPC member of the Land Development Team. I have been working alongside Matt Burlew to design and plan the structural components of the project. These structures include a pavilion, storage shed, and basketball court. A project management team has been working with us to design a bathhouse for the facility as well. The pavilion and basketball court locations can be seen in the orange and red shaded rectangles in the northeast corner of the property. Living Love Ministries has requested a pavilion with a capacity of around 60 people to be designed for their recreational facility to act as a meeting place for campus residents and community members during athletic events. A storage shed will be built beside the pavilion to provide a place to store tables, chairs, and athletic equipment. A basketball court will be built to provide an upgrade from the small half-size court they are currently using. When designing these structures, our team had to remain aware of what materials were available, how much they cost, and what local construction practices are. The pavilion will be built from steel and concrete. The shed walls will be built from clay bricks, which are available on site, and the basketball court will be reinforced concrete. Steel is used in construction more often than wood in Olkalau, Kenya, because it is resistant to insect damage and rot. Concrete and labor required to hand mix and pour concrete is inexpensive and readily available compared to other materials such as asphalt. Matt Burley will now speak to you more on the design details of the pavilion, shed, and basketball court.
Hi, my name is Matt Burlew, and I'm a junior member on the team. I will be showing our 3D rendering of our pavilion design and discuss the elements of the basketball court that will be built at the Living Love Ministry site in Kenya. Here is the 3D rendering of the structure that we have designed throughout this school year. As Jake previously mentioned, there will be a small storage shed made of bricks beside the pavilion here. This will protect any equipment needed at the sporting fields, as well as any other objects that cannot be kept outdoors. As you can see, there is also a singular sloped roof to allow water runoff in a singular direction and away from the structure. This element will be made up of steel truss and corrugated metal roofing. Windscreens, seen here, will prevent strong winds from flowing through the pavilion while also letting natural light enter the main area. They will be attached to steel columns using hooks and ties and can be removed or added whenever necessary. Overall, the pavilion will be 12.5 meters by 6.5 meters. In U.S. customary units, this is approximately 41 feet by 21 feet. Finally, the slab 4 will be made up of concrete to create a smooth, flat finish. I will now briefly discuss the basketball court design that will be located next to the pavilion. The court will be roughly 79 feet by 46 feet, with pin lines being situated a few feet inside the edges. This is a full junior-sized court, generally used by children in 5th and 6th grade. The surface of the basketball court will be made up of concrete, as it will need to withstand the constant weathering outside. There will also be a slight slope to the concrete that starts at the middle of the court and goes towards the sidelines. This will allow water to flow off freely and prevent pooling in the play area. Thank you for listening. I will now turn it over to JJ, where he will give some closing remarks.
Once the land development team has finalized all designs, they will be sending a design drawing packet to Living Love Ministries, where they will be able to implement and install the recreational facility, pavilion, and basketball court. Thank you all for tuning in to the land development team's symposium presentation. I hope you all are staying safe and doing well. God bless.